Now back to our main story. We now cross to Fundiswa Mhlekude on what we can expect today. A very good morning to you, Fundiswa. Thank you so much for joining us. A very sobering and a somber mood for the families who lost their loved ones in a very diabolical incident. So just take us through what to expect today and what's currently happening where you are.
Thank you very much, Sempiwe. A good morning, but not so good indeed to the Singena families, to the Dukuza family, to the Gqathula families who are expected to bury their loved ones today. This morning will go down in history as the worst days of their lives, as they will be burying their loved ones that were killed 2 weeks ago at Ngobozana village. Yesterday we were here as they were preparing for the night vigil, but saying that they are not feeling safe. So they will be waiting for the police to be here before they can hold that night vigil. Right now in front of me there are village young men and men who are erecting a tent, but we won't be able to show you. But behind me is the Singena household where the funeral is supposed to be taking place. And just on my left-hand side, just behind the trees there are 4 tombstones that have been erected. There are 4 graves and tombstones, but the family have already gone to the mortuaries as they are taking the bodies to the crime scene before they can come here and bury them. So it's a busy morning. Some women are at the household preparing the breakfast for the mourners who will be coming here. We expect the Premier of the province, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, to come here. We expect other MECs. The MEC for Community Safety is also expected to be here. There are other families who are burying their loved ones. The Dukuza family is burying 3 of their loved ones, and at Kwabala village, where my colleague Nkululeko Nyembezi and Sinetemba Blandile are, they will be burying 3 family members. So these families are very, very devastated. They are saying that they did not expect this. Remember, their families were at Ngobozana village when they were ambushed, preparing to go to a cleansing ceremony after the killing of Unomnikelo and Zinzi Singena last year. Actually, yesterday we spoke to the son of Unomnikelo, who was saying that he was there when his mother was shot at and killed last year. So this year they were preparing for a cleansing ceremony, because a year after you must cleanse yourselves as a family who had buried their loved one, because there are certain things that you cannot do. There are certain events that you cannot attend because you are still in mourning. So while they were preparing for that cleansing ceremony, they were ambushed a year later. So they are still in mourning right now, Simpiwe.
Now, Fundiswa, you mentioned earlier on that the bodies will be taken to the crime scene. I know it's part of, the different cultural practices that the different families go through. Do you want to take us through the significance of taking the bodies to the crime scene before burial?
Yes, Simpiwe, it's very important. The families will go to the mortuary, take the bodies and take them to the crime scene. When we were here yesterday, one of the family members told us that they will go and take the souls of the deceased at the crime scene. This is where they get the chance to speak to those souls and say, we are taking you here. This is the place where you passed on. This is the place where your soul was taken. So we are taking you home. Lambasi village, where we are right now, is the ancestral home of the Singena family as well as the Dukuza family. So one family went to Ngobozana village. So they were there as part of that cleansing ceremony that they were going to perform at Mantlaneni village. So this is their home. So by performing that ritual at the Ngobozana village, they are taking their souls back to where they belong, which is here at Lambasi village.
All right, Fundiswa, thank you so much for your update. I tell you what, none of this still makes sense right now. We certainly hope that we'll find all the answers we need. In particular, the family will find all the answers that they deserve. Thank you so much for joining us. Fundiswa Mhlekude there is speaking to us live from Lusikisiki. We'll be crossing back to her in a little later, and we'll be focusing on the Lusikisiki burials throughout the show.